Welcome to update 209 on the anniversary update for Payday 2, the 8th anniversary, coming with a cash blaster gun. Pretty sweet intro. I'd say that's pretty cool for the gun. And maybe this is just a sneak peek for Overkill to say, hey, maybe we might be buffing flamethrowers. But that's just my 2 bits, but I just wanted to do a quick little update video. I know my stuff is pretty much lacking on the speedy end of things compared to other YouTubers. I've been frickin' busy. Definitely would have got this up a lot sooner. However, I was really tied up with work, and when I was done my stream the other day, the update got released. And of course, I got tied in with more work with my job, and well, this is as early as I can get it. So if anybody really wanted it sooner, well, you did the right thing and found other YouTubers. Yay! But do you really want my thoughts on this gun? Honestly, like I already said, I think it's overkill maybe sneaking something, which I think is kind of cool. Give players some fun with the weapon that obviously isn't used, which is the flamethrower, and see how players react to it. Initially, I thought the flamethrowers with, low damage and high CC, maybe it just needs a bit more range. But I guess they said, let's up the thing with damage and let players have fun, and quite frankly, it is a fun gun. However, I will be going the ins and outs and what I like and what I don't like about it. Quickly using the gun, it definitely works best with critical hits, so spec for low blow or unseen strike, and away you go. It definitely maintains itself quite well with ammo if you stay on this route. However, you can up the damage with Berserker if you want to, say, play with Anarchist or play with Armor or anything that tickles you fancy using Berserker. But what I would recommend definitely is having a primary rifle next to your cash blaster. What I used was the M308 because obviously I needed to click heads, especially for snipers, and I was utilizing Berserker and crits anyways. But I definitely recommend using any other assault rifle that benefits from damage and critical hits as well. So you don't want to rely too much on this weapon unless you want to spec for ammo bags, which is another alternative. But like anything in Death Sentence 1 down difficulty in Payday 2, you got to really consider the maps that you're going to be running your weapons on. And given the range of a flamethrower, it's not that very far compared to other weapons. So if you're taking this on long-range maps such as Beneath the Mountain, Birth of Sky, or anything that needs a lot of range to take care of enemies before they take care of you, I would definitely stray away from this gun. But if you're on closed-in maps, say Shacklethorn, No Mercy, or anything that you find comfortable normally, you can definitely take this gun to full potential, and it works well. Overall impressed with the gun so far. However, given the multiple matches that I did with myself in pubs, it did not perform as well as I would use my other arsenal that I'm more comfortable with, and definitely more, well, experienced with per se. This gun will definitely help new players start to get more into delivering damage, and I think that's great, but I don't think it should be overutilized, as there are better alternatives if you were to spend, say, more time, more research, or trying newer and better things. Because, well, snipers with grays, you have more AoE, and of course with LMGs, you could definitely spray more at a longer range. Assault rifles with Zerk or crits, you have that range capability as well. And of course, say pistols or shotguns, you can maintain a lot of damage close range and still have something at a decent range. And this is where the flamethrower, or in this case the cash blaster, falls short. As for the gun itself, if you just want a replacement for a grenade launcher or replacement for an AP pistol, I think it fits that role very well. But there's no way I could take this thing as a primary and continue to use it. There is a better secondary special, and that's the Commando. So if you want to bring ammo bags for that, that would make more sense to me. So I did manage to run this weapon set, as you see in the background, with Brooklyn 1010, with a rifle, in this case, like I said, the DMR M308. I managed to pull this off with a relative low-level Anarchist build. And of course, utilizing, like I said earlier, with crits and Berserker, the Cash Blaster definitely does do a lot of damage. And of course, with wide aggressive AoE, if you want to output all them lovely monies at the enemies' faces, it works relatively good. So, very impressed with the gun overall. It's just, I don't have anything fantastic to show for long-range maps because, like I said, I did run this on Birth of the Sky and Beneath the Mountain. The problem there was I was using my primary more than my secondary. So I don't think that's a good idea to be using a flamethrower for those kind of maps. Unless you're really crazy, so go right ahead. Nonetheless, I don't have anything much more to really add to the gun. It's very strong, but I don't think it's the strongest thing in the game. Against dozers, you can definitely see they will melt. You don't even need to aim for their face anymore. Fantastic. It's already a huge win for the gun. As for shields, specials, tasers, medics, and cloakers, obviously, they'd definitely go down just as fast. But be mindful of your ammo and use your primary whenever you need to. And overall, the gun shines out pretty nicely. But as I said earlier, I don't think it's the best secondary, but I don't think it's going to be meta changing. I think this is going to be a helpful win for new players stepping into DSOD. Here's the big one here. Fixed issue on fixed issue on the beneath the. It's like on beneath the mountain. I don't think there's. Anyways, I'm not an English teacher, but whatever. Just sounds too wordy. Where converted enemies would be left behind when the player uses a zipline, which blocks more converts to be taken. So this is so goddamn critical that this should have been more priority. I'm finally fucking glad they tackled it, but I want to know how they tackled it. And why did they tackle it? And inside the lock section, that's beneath the mountain. And it literally says, hey, there's these jokers below the zip line. Have one joker after the airlock, so you can have another on the final part, since jokers don't travel on the zip line. So this is the problem, where they have jokers stuck below that zip line. I'd be very curious to see what they did for a solution. Everything else is still relatively relevant. I might change the difficulty of this to normal if the fix is good. There we go, finally got one. Jesus Christ. So how do they fix this? Did they ride the zip lines? Good fix. DSC aced goes poof. That's not good. That's a bad fix. That's a horrible fix. I don't know if that's good or bad for the update. I don't know, because like that kind of kills partners in crime ace, right? Which is huge for certain perks.
Bravo. We're fueled and ready to go. Please make your way aboard and let us get out of here.
Rough.
It was a fine day.
Gun is meh, to be honest. Not good for long range. It's a long range map too. The Joker fix was pretty bad because it doesn't benefit two Joker builds, if that makes sense. One Joker builds, it might be okay, but a lot of people play high-end perk decks that they only need the Joker for the bonus. That's like a horrible fix. Fixed an issue on Beneath the Mountain ice where converted enemies would be left behind, which blocked more converts could be taken. So they didn't say they removed it. They just said they fixed it, which they fixed it. This fix should be fixed, no shit. It's kind of sad, actually. I don't think it's a good fix. I think it's pretty lazy. All they could have done was taken the ship from the fixes mod, and all they do is teleport up. So, what I mean by partners in crime ace bonus is when you have a converted Joker, you gain 30% more health. And the number is 69. Jokes aside, it's a big number within Death Sentence 1 down difficulty for you to survive and meet certain breakpoints for your health or armor. For Muscle, Crew Chief, or Kingpin, having a Joker can substantially increase your survival. since you can take one hit, take another hit, and still live, depending how much HP you still have, assuming you have Taker, blah blah blah. But in the grand scheme of things, it allows you to breakpoint 2 health for those decks and still live. For Anarchist, having a converted Joker with Suit, you can breakpoint your armor in 2 hits. Then your 2 seconds of invulnerability will start to activate. And keep this in mind, this is all stuff done with the calculation of a 225 damage Zeal heavy unit. Those are the guys that are obviously most common within Death Sentence 1 down difficulty. So the upside to this fix that Overkill provided is, yep, you can convert Jokers now up there so they can take aggro, but without that Partners in Crime Ace bonus, you need to be careful now. I'm not impressed with the fix, as I said earlier during the stream, and as I mentioned a mod earlier called The Fixes, they programmed the Jokers to teleport up very similar to the bots, so you don't have to worry about reconverting new Jokers. So any strong perk deck is kind of nerfed, if that makes sense, because they rely on having another breakpoint for their deck to work at their best. If it's a perk deck, say, that doesn't require Jokers, say Rogue, Gambler, Sociopath, Infiltrator, Maniac, say you don't get any HP bonus to make a certain breakpoint, those decks are kind of buffed. But in all things considered, I think it's a bad fix, and I don't think it's great. Anyways, enjoy the rest of this gameplay. It's obviously not the most optimal. I did this at a low level because Infamy 3.0, woohoo! And yeah, I can't say the Cash Blaster is a great weapon for low levels. That's the last positive I could say. Anyways, I did down at the end, but honestly, I don't care. It's a fun gun to use, and have a blast with it. Cash Blast. I'll see myself out. Until then, I'll see you next time. Yeah, I can't hit the dozer, yes? Cloak her down. Yeah, without HVT on this setup, the one taps on specials are kind of nullified. But that's fine. The idea of this is Blaster. Oh, some bad tracking. Flicks are pretty good today, but not the tracking. What am I getting shot by? Nothing there yet. Sniper inside the wall. $200 ping movement in a nutshell. Hard to track. Get closer here. Ooh, Anarchist in a nutshell. I'm protecting you. You're good. You got meds. 2 dozer kill. Anybody got flashbangs? I can't see with this shit. So I don't think this build is good for the fact that, okay, he threw flash, see if I can make some kills. Oh, I'm getting shot through the roof. Thank you, Anarchist, 2 seconds. I'll eat time. Yeah, there's really not much I can do. I can cover the sides, but that's about it. They're not making kills, only the one dude is with KP. Weird KP doing kills, and I can't help. I got him. Oh, I got him now. Yeah, I got one. Can you get the other? No, you guys left me for dead. Does that down even count? Well, it does, unfortunately. Well, the gun's good, but it needs ammo, so that's my critique. It scales off of crits and Berserker. That's it. I guess I could throw this on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. It's just M308 for snipers and everything else. Like, if you want to maintain medic bags, my suggestion is have some way to compensate it, whether it's like a better ammo pickup primary. Or at least pack medic bags, because again, I did this at low level. So Inspire Joker for Anarchist, stuff. This is meant for the M308, but if you have crits in Berserker, the new apparent gun works pretty well. You could do like a jack of all trades setup, and go for like ammo bags, obviously. But I'm not sure what primary yet, I just picked M308. And obviously I do better with it. But maybe an LMG. LMG would probably work fine if you don't give a shit about crits. Or if you do give a shit about crits, which is kind of what I set up for. That was the alternative. You'd probably just do a standard assault rifle. Maybe like 100 or... Well, I shouldn't say 100 BR. Probably like 60. Like a Union. Union pretty good. But yeah, that's one way of doing it.